Why, hello everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I certainly am. But I had to hop on here really fast and talk about something that has been really angering me. Now, coming up soon is a documentary called Bully, being produced by the Weinstein Company. And what this movie centers on, as you might have guessed, it centers on a series of elementary school and middle school kids who are being horribly tormented by bullies, and it just shows their real life hardships. It gets into like bullying related suicides and all these really important topical issues that kids need to see portrayed in a real fashion. But that's too damn bad because kids won't be able to see it because apparently the MPAA, even after a recent appeal, has slapped Bully with an R rating for, and I quote, some language. Now, I've been meaning to make a video digging into the MPAA rating system for quite some time now, and this, my friends, gives me the perfect opportunity to do so because this decision is absolutely infuriating. I just don't understand the thinking behind this decision. This film, which centers on kids that are about 9 to 16 years old, who are dealing with these real issues in real life, and I have to say, this issue kind of hits me home a little personally because I was kind of bullied in elementary school. These kids, 9 to 16, really need to see this film. This is a film that's about what's going on, and it shows a realistic depiction of it, and it's trying to say that there's a rainbow on the other end, or whatever analogy you want to put there. But by putting this R rating on it, the MPAA basically not only censored the vision of the person who made this film, but also alienated the target audience that really needs to see it. Harvey Weinstein stated that they were going to send thousands of kids on buses, certain school district, to go watch this film. And now that they have an R rating, they can't do that at all. I implore this question of the MPAA. Is it really more of a crime to hear kids say fuck a few times, which they hear every day at school, which is the issue portrayed in the film, mind you, or to potentially lose more kids to this bullying issue that could have been prevented by seeing this film? Tell me, which is the bigger crime? And I know some people might say, well, Movie Kid Mike, the R rating doesn't mean that kids can't go to see the movie. It just means they have to have a parent or adult guardian with them when they go see it. And I'll say, well, I agree. I agree that in some cases they definitely should have a parent or guardian. But with a PG-13, they're implying they need a parent or guardian, but they're giving the person a choice. But I don't think this is a film that needs to have that sort of restriction on it to where someone wouldn't go to watch it just because they'd have to take their parent with them. This is a movie that anybody who's being bullied needs to see, even if they have to go by themselves. And with this rating, it's just not allowing the audience to see it, even without maybe stretching them out of their comfort zone. This decision shows a couple aspects of the MPAA voters. The first is that they obviously have arbitrary, age-old standards for what's appropriate for films nowadays, and I'll get into that in a second. But also, it shows that we really need to change who's running the controls of these ratings, because they had a vote. They had a vote to overthrow the rating, and one person, it was tied, and then one person beat them. So that's how they got the R rating. I want to know who this person is who sat there and consciously thought, I need to be the one that makes sure that kids can't go see a movie that's about them. I really want to know what kind of person thinks like that and thinks that kids are too stupid to hear the word fuck and not go say it a million times to other people, and as a result lose out on a huge realistic learning experience. I want to know who that soul is. And the last point I want to make is not necessarily about this film, it's just about the rating system in general. It's really infuriating and very, very arbitrary. This is basically how it works with people who don't know. Violence, do whatever you want, and this is under a PG-13. Do whatever you want. Just don't show blood. That's pretty much the standard. Language, you can say fuck one time, and then if you say it twice, R. And sex, if you show a boob or a penis or whatever to like any human anatomy, basically, R. Now, let me ask you this. How many crimes can you think of were committed by someone who said fuck? Or someone who had sex with someone else? Or was someone ever arrested for looking at a vagina? I want to know. Tell me, has that ever harmed anybody? But tell me this, how many crimes have been related to violence? How many times have we seen a shooting? How many times have we seen a stabbing? How many times have we seen someone pull a heist on a mall and get gunned down in the middle of the street in front of all of their peers? Tell me, how many times have we seen that? Which is more harmful? Which is more harmful for the parents to take into consideration? Just, I implore you to tell me otherwise. In closing, guys, I have great respect for what Harvey Weinstein and the filmmakers of Bully have produced here. I think it's a really great idea, and I'm glad that it got made. Granted, I haven't seen it, but I certainly plan to. But what I don't agree with is the MPAA. They have arbitrarily slammed this film down and struck it away from their whole target audience for seeing this film. And I think they've hurt a lot of people. I really do. I feel like they maybe have killed somebody by not showing people this film. That's how strongly I feel about it. And I completely agree with Weinstein's decision to possibly leave the MPAA. This system needs to be changed. I'm sorry, it just does. You may say, oh, but you're 16 years old. Why do you care about film ratings? I personally, it doesn't matter to me. I see whatever I want. But for parents who are looking at these films for their kids, they need to know that what is being moderated by parents who have kids and know what the hell is going on in the world. So it's not just an arbitrary system that was made 50 years ago by jaded people who were very narrow-minded back in that time. And the system just hasn't changed, and it needs to. That's the bottom line. And those are my thoughts on the MPAA's treatment of Bully. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and agree with me, which I hope you do, please subscribe to my channel. Spread this video. Spread the cause. Let's get the rating on this movie changed, and let's change the MPAA system. And until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike, making sure your time is worth your money. Wow, I really like my pointy finger today.